Hello everyone, Garnetta here, and today I have a bit of a news thing here. So, we have just found out the identity of the 13th Doctor, and it is one of those where it is half expected, half surprise. It is Jodie Whittaker. Who is Jodie Whittaker, I hear you ask? Well, she is quite well known for her role on Broadchurch. She was Beth in Broadchurch. She was also Sam from Attack the Block and Tilly from One Day. To be honest, I'm not that familiar with her. I have barely seen any of her work. The only thing I've really seen her in is Centurions, where she was Beverly the receptionist. She was in both of the Centurions films, and I thought she was actually very good in there, and that was actually quite a while ago, so it's quite interesting to see how she is now, actually, 'cause she was good back then. She's currently 35 years old, so pretty young, but by the fact that she's a female Doctor, I assumed they would have gone down that sort of route. Jodie Whittaker, similar to Pete Capaldi, sort of rose in the odds over the last week or so. She was basically not even in the running, and then sort of since the announcement, she's sort of become the top dog. She's become the one that was most likely to win it. And yeah, she ended up winning it. She's from Huddersfield. She is obviously a female Doctor. Now, this is quite an interesting one. Many people are thinking it's just get with the times. There is a bit of a concern as to whether or not this is just sort of pushing agendas, just pleasing people. I mean, so many people have been pushing female Doctor for so long now, and I'm not going to argue female Doctors. My main issue is I haven't seen Jodie Whittaker that much, so I don't know if this was just done as somebody that they have worked with before who is a female, that could be a female Doctor or not. Obviously, Broadchurch, Chris Chibnall was a big face on Broadchurch, so they obviously have that history, which I'm sure was at least some part of it. Saying that, I'm not saying that that she's not talented or anything like that. I haven't seen her. I'm giving her a chance just like I would with anybody. And I think everybody should. The point is that it may be because of Chris Chibnall's past with her in Broadchurch that sort of inspired him a little bit to put her there. It might have been that fact that obviously he knows that she is a good actor because of her previous work on Broadchurch. Obviously, the female Doctor aspect does open up a whole can of worms of things. There's things like how they are, whether or not they're going to be making clothes of the Doctor a big thing, whether they're going to be trying to tailor it a bit more towards women. I mean, it's pretty unisex right now, but there is still an argument about how it's a little bit more of a boys' show than a girls' show, even though I completely disagree with that statement. It is something which people could say, so maybe the female Doctor is going to try and move that. There is also the question of the companion. Normally, we traditionally have sort of a male Doctor, a female companion. There's quite often male companions thrown in there, but it's very rare that it will just be two males. I don't think there's really been, other than the one-off episodes like The Next Doctor, for example, I don't think there's really been any time, definitely not in New Who, where it's been two males. So it might be that they're doing the same thing with two females. They might not want the two females, they might want one male, one female, so we're going to be getting a male companion. In the past, male companions have been a bit hit and miss. I mean, you can't fault Jack, but I can fault Rory. So yeah, so it should be interesting to see the male companions, if they choose to go down that route, which I personally think they will. But yeah, that's sort of the big headline, is Jodie Whittaker. So yeah, so it should be very interesting to see her in the role. It's very hard to speculate. As I say, I've barely seen Jodie Whittaker and things. She was very ditzy blonde in Centurions, but that was sort of, well, that was Centurions. That was supposed to be ditzy blonde. That was supposed to be a very girly sort of thing. She's apparently very good in Broadchurch. That's sort of what I've seen, is that she is good in Broadchurch, that she has got a bit of a good following from that. So it should be very interesting to see if that good from Broadchurch translates over to Doctor Who. Obviously, Broadchurch has a lot of big stars in it, including David Tennant and Olivia Colman. There wasn't really any information other than Jodie Whittaker in the announcement. It was literally just like a few second clip where they were going through the woods and sort of a hoodied figure gets a key out, and then you sort of get flashes and it slowly reveals it. So it's like you've got a hand which clearly shows that it's a white person, then you see the eye which clearly as a female, then the full blast, and then Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. So that's just a few of my sort of thoughts and musings. Let me know what you think about the new Doctor. Do you like the fact they've gone with a female Doctor? Do you know Jodie Whittaker? Are you glad that Jodie Whittaker personally has the role? Have you not heard of her? Are you excited? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.
The Cornetto is the best. You will like, comment, and subscribe.